happening, good people? What's going on? What the going zone may be, what it is. Hope everybody had a good weekend. It's Monday, and baby, we got to talk. Ooh, we got to talk. We got a lot of stuff going on politically, stuff happening in the community, stuff that happened this weekend. How was Donna's birthday party? Because I know she was surprised. I couldn't say nothing on the air because you threatened me twice. So
you know she will handle you.
No, I'm talking about you. You threatened. You better not tell nothing either. You better not tell nothing.
Yeah, man, that party, I ain't gonna lie, was off the chain. Terrence and the Fortress Band, they did that thing. Naja Kojo came out there. Dave
Naja
Beatty.
Kojo came out?
Yeah, she came and hung out. Dave Beatty and Clarence Williams did a serenade tour with the saxophones and stuff, bro. It was rolling. And I DJ when the band would go on break, so I had them flipping their fans and stuff.
Oh Lord, where them fans at?
Mm-hmm.
That's
owner,
good.
the manager said he had never seen a crowd that big down there for anybody.
Oh really?
Yup, that party was off the chain.
They trying to figure out who Donna was.
They like, she got to be somebody important.
Yes, indeed.
Even what you call it? Doc was there. Doc what you call it? Does the show? I always forget Doc's last name.
Ashante White.
Huh? No, Doc. Doc who does his show here? Pimp Daddy, Smooth Daddy. Oh man, why am I forgetting Doc? I'm having a senior moment right now.
That's all right. We'll remember it later on. Well, what are we talking about though?
Dr. Clark.
Oh, Dr. Clark.
Yeah, Dr. Clark. Him and his wife were in there, man.
Oh, okay, cool.
It was a function. It was an affair.
Y'all had a real function on.
Yeah, bro. I'm sorry you couldn't make it, bro. You guys in the.
I had to work.
And you guys in the sheriff would have had a good time.
We had to work. So we won't. But we you know what? We did a lot of stuff this weekend. We went to a lot of the back to school. Everybody was doing a back to school celebration. I got to give it up to Kitty Black. For those of you y'all remember, you remember Kitty Black. She local rap artist, longtime rap artist who does it for the Lord now. So, but she has a foundation that she is her and her brother have been doing some great things for the Uptown. That Uptown crew. Kitty was all in it this weekend. Her brother, they had what I got to say, this is one of the best things that I've seen as far as giving back. Of course, you have all the little tables out there where people are giving back, the book bags, and I didn't know how much a book bag costs.
Oh, bro, just for a plastic
$40-$50 for those little see-through book bags and fit those see-through so that you can see what's in the book bag. $40-$50 for them. Some of them even more than that. They gave those away. They were giving, of course, food. They had food vendors out there. They had the Harrell football team. They were out there. And then of course what really got me was the fact Kitty's brother said, "Come on, bro, come on, y'all, come on inside." So we went inside, and downstairs, in one of the buildings, they had cleaned it out and put down plastic all over the floor. I mean, just see-through plastic all over the floor. And area hairstylists and barbers brought their chairs in and sat them down on the floor, and they cut all them kids' hair, braided it.
Oh, wow.
I mean, when we walked in the room, they had about 20 kids in the chair, getting their hair cuts, getting their hair braided.
And you know what?
And they were still coming.
You know what's a sad thing?
And getting them ready for school.
The news doesn't show anything about
Can't
it.
hear you.
The news doesn't talk about
No.
it at all.
No. And no cameras.
It's a shame. We have all this good that goes on in the community, especially in the black community.
Yep.
And you don't want to show it.
Yep. And I mean, they were doing yeoman's work out there. They had the kids playing. They had the blow ups, all the what you call it, little bouncy things they were in. They were out there playing in those. They had tables where they had the food. They were feeding everybody for free. And won't know, couple of sandwiches. I'm talking about they were cooking out there. And they had the deep fryers and I mean just doing it all. So hats off to them. And that was on yesterday. That was Sunday. That's not including all the stuff we did on Saturday. I gotta tell you something, bro.
Something.
We went to the West Bank on Saturday.
You went to the West Bank thing?
We went to the camouflage party.
The what?
It was late night because we had a whole bunch of stuff we had to do during the day. So it was a camouflage party over off of Monroe Street at Caesars.
That's the first time I ever heard of that.
Everybody got to wear camouflage.
Y'all might scare them folk into thinking that we congregating and making some plans.
All right, everybody was out there, boy, and I think it had to be like 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. I think I got home at 1. But they had the camouflage party over there from Zulu. All the Zulu folk, they turned up. They turned up.
Turned up and turned out?
They turned up. I don't know how many turned out, but they turned up. I think they said that was Levi and his crew.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't mean this to sound racial, but it's gonna sound racial.
Say it.
Levi turned out, and he white.
Huh?
He was leading the way. Bro, when I tell you the second line was off the chain.
Now he's not white. He's just really light skinned.
No, he white. but he had a good time just like everybody else. So, and he threw a good party. And when I tell you, it was good up in there. It was good up in there. The food was good. The camaraderie was good. Everybody just had a good time. And I was ready to go. It was because I was about to have them old flashbacks of being up in the club.
No.
Yeah, bro, yeah.
Don't want that to happen.
Time to go. Mm-mm.
Yeah, because the party was rolling sad because it was a celebration. But it was a celebration.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going back up to do my DJ set, and I walked past Dave Beatty. He palmed me off. He said, "Boy, I ain't done this like this since Vincent's." I said, "Oh, you brought a flashback."
Wow.
You got a flashback happening.
Since Vincent's?
Since Vincent's.
Well, everybody had a good time. And then, of course, we went to, I'm trying to think, how many churches? 3 or 4 on yesterday afternoon. I went to 5. I went to 5 because I was there at 7:45 for our service over at First Pilgrims with the man himself, Reverend Eugene Mitchell. And just to give somebody some information, I know that many of you don't know it yet, but I got to tell you about the information too, so that y'all will know. For those of you who don't know, but y'all know Sandra Metz. Miss Sandra is the executive assistant and just run about everything over there, her and Nita, over at the church at First Pilgrims. And those of you that know Sandra Metz, if you don't know, her husband, Alvin Metz, passed last week. I think on Friday or Saturday, one of the two. I think it was Saturday. I'm not certain. But Alvin Metz, for those of you that know Alvin Metz, yes, he passed. And so we're working on all the details. Alvin was a deputy over at OPSO for many years. So today we are flying the flags at OPSO half-mast because he passed. And those of you, let me go ahead on and tell you this too, that Trish, for those of you that know Trish, who was also longtime captain over at the Gretna.
Man, that hurt my heart.
Yeah.
Because Trish and I have been knowing each other since we went to St. Aug together.
Trish is one of the baddest guitar players.
Yeah, bro.
that you could possibly think of, and I can still see him as I'm standing by him, standing right beside him, on stage at the festival out in New Orleans East, the New Orleans East Festival.
Yeah.
Every summer, he's out there as far as the house band playing with every band you could possibly think of, and then on Sunday mornings, he plays for our church, First Pilgrims.
And that dude had been doing that since we were at St. Aug together.
But playing guitar,
bass, yeah.
I mean, shoot,
and he was a bad artist too. He could draw.
Yeah. I've known Trish. Shoot, when I was working on the West Bank, I used to go to that hotel right down the West Bank Expressway, the round one, the round hotel that had a round cafeteria in it. I used to go over there, and every day for lunch, that's where Trish would go. We'd sit down and just have a conversation every single day. So
I was a freshman, he was a sophomore, and we just became tight.
And he was a very good guy, and my heart goes out to his family, his wife, his sons, his daughters, all of his family. Our condolences. I think the funeral services have been set up so that it will be the Saturday over at First Pilgrims. I think that's what we're going to have him. I know that if you do plan on going, I'll try to make sure that we give you the details on it, because I know Trish has affected so many people in his law enforcement, as far as being a part of bands, being in the Christian world too, playing for many churches as well. A good man who the Lord said it's your time. So he's gone, but I think his funeral service, his homegoing celebration, will be this Saturday. If I'm not mistaken, it's this Saturday. I'll try to make sure we get that information and pass it over. I know it's going to be packed, because you can think about every law enforcement agency in the entire Louisiana state's going to be there. Because I think Trish was not only just Gretna, he was also OPSO, and I think it was state police too at some point in his career. So we'll find out. We'll find out and give you all the details.
Not to take away from him, I don't know if we mentioned it last week, but Bill Russell also passed.
Huh?
Bill Russell. Bill Russell, radio.
Bill Russell been passed.
Why somebody just...
No,
I just got told that he just passed. I'm like,
no, sir.
I'm going to kick that person right up there.
Yeah, he passed, but it wasn't like last week. No, Bill Russell passed several months ago.
Okay, months ago.
Yeah.
Well, they must have just found out, because I didn't know that he was gone.
Yeah, Bill Russell been gone.
So I'm not going to kick him. I'm just going to lightly.
No, go ahead on kick him, because whoever that was
I'm going to graze him.
Don't graze him. Put some hickets on him.
Put, like you said, that pie-yow.
Yes. Let's take the break. We'll take the break here. We'll come back. We'll have more conversation in just a minute about some of the stuff happening in the political world as well. It's going to be interesting to talk about this mold issue. I'll tell you more in just a minute. Everybody hold tight. More coming up.
New Orleans, are you ready for a voice that says what you're thinking? Who that, you might ask? Arrington Gavin. That's right, I'm your guy, host of the Arrington Gavin Show, giving you so much filled with bold opinions, real conversations, and zero sugarcoating. We're going to be diving into the issues that matter: politics, pop culture, and all the above, unfiltered and unafraid. Catch the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., Monday through Fridays, right here on WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about.
Don't wait. Call Brandon Moore today at 504-666-6163. He's the finance man at Matt Bowers Ford, 3724 Veterans Boulevard. No credit, bad credit, he'll get you rolling. That's Brandon Moore, 504-666-6163.
Come see me and we'll make it happen.
Hey, New Orleans, look for important changes to your natural gas service. This summer, Delta Utilities takes over for Entergy Gas with a Louisiana-born, Louisiana-based approach to safe, clean, reliable natural gas. No interruptions or rate changes due to the transition, just dependable service and modernized technology to keep you running smoothly. Get to know us at deltautilities.com and stay tuned for more later this summer. Delta Utilities, focused on natural gas, committed to New Orleans.
Got unpaid parking or camera tickets in New Orleans? Here's some good news.
Through August 31st, you can take care of them without paying late fees. That's money back in your pocket. Just go to NOLA.gov/no late fees to see what you owe. You can pay all at once or sign up for a payment plan and break it into monthly payments at no extra cost. That's NOLA.gov/no late fees. NOLA.gov/no late fees. Don't miss out. This offer ends August 31st.
Hello, I'm Gary Clark. Please tune in to Dr. Clark 101, The Living Classroom, which is broadcasted weekly every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. on WBOK 12:30 a.m. on your dial. And as always, it's been a pleasure.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 12:30 a.m. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 12:30 a.m.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. So we are?
Yep, I heard it yesterday.
Okay. I guess we can tell everybody that, huh?
I don't think it's a secret.
And that's not a secret. Is it a secret?
No.
Okay. If it is a secret, why would we be on, huh?
I mean, we've been talking about it for only how many months now?
Yeah. So we are on the FM signal.
Yep. 107.1.
107.1, y'all. For those of you that want to hear how we be sounding on the FM band, those of you that are close enough too for New Orleans, it's the New Orleans general area. So this is probably a little low power. So you'll be able to take a listen to us at 107.1 for those of you that are in the New Orleans general area, Uptown, West Bank.
Don't quote me. I think they can get us in Laplace. Don't quote me on that.
No.
I think they can.
No.
It's not that powerful?
No. That thing's like 250 watts. So it's just going to get through the general area here. It's low power. So, but they'll be able to get us because it's translator. And if they do, and tell me it's wrong, or tell me I'm wrong, that's fine. But it's going to be very, very fuzzy. It's a fuzzy wuzzy. You know what a fuzzy wuzzy is.
Don't know.
It's a fuzzy wuzzy.
No.
So,
like you used to.
I know that our
needle.
engineer was working on it. All weekend.
Yeah, Danny.
Yeah, Danny the man. Woo woo, go Danny. Let me tell you what we gotta have a conversation about. Got to talk about this. So,
what we gotta talk about, Gerard?
Your president
ain't my president.
Your president.
Don't put that on me. Are you trying to trigger me?
No, it's your president.
It's your president.
Who has now decided that he was going to put a federal takeover on the Washington, D.C. Police Department to clean up D.C. He has put out a hit in D.C. saying that he's going to take it over. And he announced it today. Everybody's like, what? Yeah. So I'm thinking to myself, why would he do that to D.C.? Or why did he want? Let me tell you the story so that you can. I'm gonna send this to your messenger. But he announced it yesterday. So I'm trying to figure out. I thought crime. I just sent it to your messenger, Wick. I thought crime overall was down. And that's what everybody else seemed to be saying. So why would you be trying to take over Washington, D.C.'s police department without even having a conversation with the mayor.
Ooh, can I say why I think it is? Yeah, I did my own horse shack. It's nothing but a big ass distraction from the Epstein. He needs something so major that he thinks is going to distract everybody from the fact that the Epstein files are there. That's not going to work, homie. We know what your plot is. I'm going to do this, so they forget about. No, we're not forgetting about the Epstein files, homie. Never. Dumbass.
You finished? Horseshack.
So you triggered me, so I'm going in.
Well, I always look at two different things. Distraction is one. And then the other one is a distraction, or could be considered as something else. I think it's considered as something else. Now I hear you with the distraction, and I'm not saying you're wrong because I don't know. I would say that, possibly as a distraction. But one of the things I would say is, let's go a little bit deeper into that distraction. So if I'm really concerned about the crime in New Orleans, if I'm considered, we ain't gonna play it. We're gonna play some of it. If I'm really concerned about the crime in D.C., what's one of the first things I would do as a politician that's concerned? I'm going to call the mayor. Madam Mayor, what can I do to help you because your crime seems to be a little bit out of control? Can we da-da-da-da? The other part of this isn't help for the police department. They're bringing in the military for the police department, and they're calling this a police department takeover. Listen to the announcement. He never talks about the mayor, and this is what we talked about. Here's the conversation, yada, 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 yada. And then the other part of this that I got to throw in is the mayor's a Democrat, and she's a black woman. Take a listen.
Wow. I've been up here a lot. I've never seen a crowd like this. I think we need a ballroom, and that's happening. It's going to be a beautiful ballroom. This is really a lot of people, most I've ever seen in this room. And we're here for a very serious purpose, very serious purpose. Something's out of control, but we're going to put it in control very quickly like we did on the southern border. I'm announcing a historic action to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States. I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. Very good people, but they're tough, and they know what's happening, and they've done it before. In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety in Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed to do their job properly. And you people are victims of it, too. You know, you're reporters, and I understand a lot of you tend to be on the liberal side, but you don't want to get You don't want to get mugged and raped and shot and killed. And you all know people and friends of yours that happened. And so you can be anything you want, but you want to have safety in the streets. You want to be able to leave your apartment or your house where you live and feel safe and go into a store to buy a newspaper or buy something. And you don't have that now. The murder rate in Washington today is higher than that of Bogota, Colombia, Mexico City, some of the places that you hear about as being the worst places on earth, much higher. This is much higher. The number of car thefts has doubled over the past 5 years, and the number of carjackings has more than tripled. Murders in 2023 reached the highest rate probably ever. They say 25 years, but they don't know what that means because it just goes back 25 years. Can't be worse. Our capital city has been overtaken by violent gangs and bloodthirsty criminals, roving mobs of wild youth, drugged out maniacs and homeless people. And we're not going to let it happen anymore. We're not going to take it. Just like we did on our southern border. Nobody comes through our southern border anymore. 3 months in a row, we had zero. I don't know if that's right, but the people that do the work, it's a very liberal group of people, actually, and they actually said zero for the last 3 months. Nobody thought a thing like that was possible. And, when you take a look at numbers, I just saw some charts. These are different cities throughout the world. Red is, okay, the red is a place called Washington, D.C. Look at these. Baghdad we doubled up on Baghdad. Panama City, Brasilia, San Jose, Costa Rica, Bogota, Colombia, heavy drugs. Mexico City, I mentioned, Lima, Peru, all double and triple what they are. So do you want to live in places like that? I don't think so. I don't think so. And I think the people in this room, if you wrote correctly, you'd see, look at the kind of numbers we have. D.C., 41 per 100,000, number one that we can find anywhere in the world. Other cities are pretty bad, but they're not as bad as that. Is that where you want to live? The reporters of the world? Juvenile offenders and crimes against persons, as they say. It's getting worse. Not getting better, it's getting worse. And we had a recent indication. There was a story about a man who was just left. He quit because he was asked to do phony numbers on crime. And we're going to look into that. I think Pam is going to be looking into that. But he was asked by the city, I guess, that we don't want to show the real numbers. Let me do numbers so it looks like it's going down. Not going down. And under Biden, it was a disaster. And nobody did anything about it. We're going to do things about it like you wouldn't believe. Every American has a constitutional right to be able to access and petition their government in safety, and countless federal officials and employees likewise have the right to carry out their jobs in peace without being shot. As you know, I lost a very good person a while ago, was shot waiting for his wife. He was in the car. They robbed his car. They shot him. They killed him like it was nothing to it.
All right. So you hear him making this sound like this is the worst city, not in the country, but the world. So let me open up the telephone lines at 504-582-9422. I did something else this morning when I heard all of this and saw the news conference. I immediately got on my email and emailed Madam Mayor Miss Bowers, who is the mayor of D.C. And I got back. She answered me back. Her and her press conference. They did answer me back. I was like, "Can you come on the air?" She's like, "I'm trying to make this happen, but this might not be the day that I can get it done. I might have to wait till tomorrow." So I looked at the 2024-2025 homicide, sexual abuse, assault with dangerous weapons, robbery, violent crime, totally, burglary, motor vehicle theft, theft from auto, theft, arson, And a lot of the other categories from 2025 from the Metropolitan Police Department. And in these different categories, I said, wait a minute. In the homicide case in 2024, they had 112. 2025, 99. That's a 12% decrease. All right. Homicide, 112. 2024. 2025, they had 99. 12% decrease. Sex abuse, 110 in 2024. 55 in 2025. 55, a 50% decrease. Assault with dangerous weapons, 667 in 2024. 534 in 2025, a 20% decrease. Robbery, 1,249 in 2024, 898 in 2025, a 28% decrease. Violent crime total, 2,138 in 2024, 1,586 in 2025, a 26% decrease. Every category decreased except for arson. So overall, all crime went from 16,872 in each category to 15,679, which is a 7% decrease. And I thought the national statistics stated that crime has been going down over the last couple of years. Interesting. What you say, Jerry?
Hey, how you doing, man? Look, all the statistics say in Washington, D.C.,
I can barely hear you.
By 26%. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
He's just taking. He got an army. He got his own army. He got ICE, man, and he's recruiting 18-year-olds and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he got his army. He got his army already. Now he just needs to establish his headquarters and clean that out so he can be untouchable when he's ready to get to take over this dictatorship thing totally, you know. So that's just part of preparation. He's taking Washington, D.C. as his main, I guess that's going to be his sanctuary as the total ruler, you know. He's going to meet Putin, discuss details on how to finish getting the job done that he's doing. He's not going to talk about no war, man. That dude is right in there with Putin and all the other dictators. Now, they waking up to the fact that he is indeed going to do what he said, become a dictator. It's just a matter of time before he start locking people up when he get everything in position and in place like he wants. It ain't going to be nothing but chaos. He's going to destroy America, though, because you can't turn back the clock. History don't repeat itself. There's only similarities of it happening. If history could repeat itself, it would be the future.
Mm-hmm.
But he can't see that far, but he want to turn it back, make it be a white-controlled place. And he's running through a lot of pressure from MAGA to make good, big moves. So he letting them know I'm finna get my headquarters together. So that's what it's going to be. That's going to be his headquarters. He's going to clean everything out for Trump and his dictator demanded people. All the people here around him going to be doing what he say do. So
okay. All
they
right.
can either fight now or go down later.
We going to see what people going to say. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate you, boss.
All right.
All right. George.
Man, it's a dress rehearsal, bro.
Huh?
It's a dress rehearsal.
I thought somebody was going to say it. I thought Jerry was going to say it, but I thought you were going to say it too. But didn't Gavin Newsom, when they sent the Marines out there and sent those others, didn't Gavin Newsom make a video, and his video said, pay attention? You think it's just going to happen here? It's going to happen in your state too.
Yes, it is. It's a what do you call it? The next thing it's going to do is like in Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, where white people went and created their own government, and St. George, where white people went and created their own government. And this is just the next step to tell the governor of Louisiana to take over the city of New Orleans. Crime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a dress rehearsal for what, you know, the obvious thing is to be able to start deporting people to foreign jails, American citizens. They're criminals. He even talked about homeless people, bro. How far down the ladder can you go?
How far? Evidently, somebody going underground. This is what you call gutter.
Homeless people, bro? Come on. He's sweeping with a clean room. Everybody can be deported to a foreign jail. These are the worst of the worst of the worst.
No.
Tell me, bro. What's on your mind? Come on, let me hear Gerod G. Nasty.
Oh, you're going to hear it on mine. I'm just taking your telephone calls. I do the interviews. Thank you, sir.
Oh, bro. All right, bro. Excuse me, man.
I appreciate it, but I got it. Thank you.
I know you do, bro. I mean, look, you know, I'm just saying, like, you know, before I get off this radio station right here today, bro, this is exactly why I listen to WBOK. It's why I listen to Gerod G. Stevens and Reality Check with Lick on the Backboard. Because these are all the discussions we need to be discussing, because these are the black facts. What's next? Governor Landry about to take over the city of New Orleans.
All right. Goodbye, George.
Bye.
Talk to you later. All right, more coming up, y'all. We'll try to get back to that conversation. And just to remind you, we'll go back to the special news interview with Gavin Newsom telling you that the federal government is going to come into your city and take over too. He said that, what, 5 months ago? At least. More coming up, y'all. Everybody hold tight.
Hey, this is D. Riley from the 90s Hits R&B Jams. Make sure you listen to WBOK 1230 AM every Saturday night from 7 until 9 p.m. I'll be giving you the best R&B jams from the 90s. That's right, all your favorites and more. With me, D. Riley, your host of the 90s Hits, right here on WBOK 1230 AM, or listen online at WBOK1230.com. WBOK, the station you listen to longer.
Hi, this is Arnie Filko. Let's elevate every Tuesday through Thursday from 6 to 7 o'clock p.m. as we discuss the community, the country, and the world, from politics to current events to sports. We look forward to your input and continuing the quality programming on your community station, WBOK. Join Carrie and I every Tuesday through Thursday, 6 to 7 o'clock p.m. on Elevated Conversations, the Arnie and Carrie Show. See you soon.
For 35 years, Michelle Woodfork got up every morning and put on a badge to protect and serve our families and community. While on the NOPD, Michelle Woodfork earned a master's degree in criminal justice with a focus on law enforcement and was promoted all the way to chief of police. As chief, she reduced crime and increased recruitment. Michelle Woodfork is a law enforcement expert, and that's exactly what we need in our sheriff's office. As sheriff, Michelle Woodfork will ensure that our jail is safe, secure, and sanitary, that we treat substance abuse and improve mental health services while focusing on re-entry. And as our next sheriff, she will ensure that no one will escape from custody. Our jail needs a proven law enforcement professional, and that's former Chief Michelle Woodfork.
This is Michelle Woodfork, asking for your vote for Orleans Parish Sheriff. Thank you.
Michelle Woodfork for sheriff. Proven, prepared, the right choice.
Paid for by Michelle Woodfork for sheriff.
I'm Wendell Pierce. Thanks for making WBOK your station. WBOK.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. We just happened to have that speech when Trump sent to California, to LA, to go round up those folks that were supposedly illegals in Los Angeles. He didn't ask Governor Gavin Newsom for any help, nothing. Take a listen.
This is a CBS News special report. I'm Jesse Mitchell in New York. Right now, a fifth night of protests against immigration raids is underway in Los Angeles. In the last 24 hours, President Donald Trump deployed 700 Marines to join the more than 4,000 California National Guard troops in the city. Tonight, Governor Gavin Newsom is delivering a major address. Let's go now to the governor's speech.
kids afraid of attending their own graduation. Trump is pulling a military dragnet all across Los Angeles, well beyond his stated intent to just go after violent and serious criminals. His agents are arresting dishwashers, gardeners, day laborers, and seamstresses. That's just weakness masquerading as strength. Donald Trump's government isn't protecting our communities. They're traumatizing our communities. And that seems to be the entire point. California will keep fighting. We'll keep fighting on behalf of our people, all of our people, including in the courts. Just yesterday, we filed a legal challenge to Donald Trump's reckless deployment of American troops to a major American city. Today, we sought an emergency court order to stop the use of the American military to engage in law enforcement activities across Los Angeles. If some of us could be snatched off the streets without a warrant, based only on suspicion or skin color, then none of us are safe. Authoritarian regimes begin by targeting people who are least able to defend themselves, but they do not stop there. Trump and his loyalists, they thrive on division because it allows them to take more power and exert even more control. And by the way, Trump, he's not opposed to lawlessness and violence as long as it serves him. What more evidence do we need than January 6th? Ask everyone. Take time, reflect on this perilous moment. A president who wants to be bound by no law or constitution, perpetuating a unified assault on American traditions. This is a president who in just over 140 days has fired government watchdogs that could hold him accountable for corruption and fraud. He's declared a war on culture, on history, on science, on knowledge itself. Databases, quite literally, are vanishing. He's delegitimizing news organizations, and he's assaulting the First Amendment. And the threat of defunding them, at threat, he's dictating what universities themselves can teach. He's targeting law firms and the judicial branch that are the foundations of an orderly and civil society. He's calling for a sitting governor to be arrested for no other reason than to, in his own words, for getting elected. And we all know this Saturday, he's ordering our American heroes, the United States military, and forcing them to put on a vulgar display to celebrate his birthday, just as other failed dictators have done in the past. Look, this isn't just about protests here in Los Angeles. When Donald Trump sought blanket authority to commandeer the National Guard, he made that order apply to every state in this nation. This is about all of us. This is about all of us. This is about California may be first. California may be first, but it clearly will not end here. Other democracies are next. Democracy is under our eyes.
All right. So as you can probably hear, there were some technical difficulties in that, but he was basically letting you know that democracy was under attack. Is it? Does he feel now that he can go into every? It looks like now. You make the decision. It looks like he's picking and choosing on what Democratic city that he's going to go in and deploy troops, whether it's going to be for ICE or whether it's going to be for crime, and trying to make excuses. The other question that I had is, isn't this a true violation of posse comitatus? You're using military folks. You're using the military against your own residents. What do you feel? 504-582-9422. What you say, Pop Jones?
Hey, G-Man.
What's going on with you?
Oh, everything and nothing. Same old thing.
Same old, same old.
Yeah, look, G-Man. You know I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer.
That's all right. Both of us do.
But I know a little bit about history.
Okay.
You know what Adolf Hitler did, huh?
What's that?
He got so that the families, he used the families against, he got so that the children would go against the mother and the father.
Yeah, they were brainwashed.
And everybody watching, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, they would report the mother and father.
Right.
And the only thing that was able to beat them was the American generals, like Patton, MacArthur,
Mm-hmm.
Eisenhower, all these generals, like Rommel was one of the greatest generals, German generals that ever lived, and he was in the. I think Patton beat him in the desert, and so then we had the other countries. The other countries was working with the United States. They had allies, so they were able to defeat Germany. But if we look at what's going on here, they're not only taking out all the generals, but you're also taking out the other countries as our allies, starving them to death.
Well, that's Netanyahu. So we're not starving them to death. That's Netanyahu, who's doing that to the Gaza Strip and the Palestinians. I'm not trying to give him no credit here, but he did say that seems to be the worst thing that you could possibly do, and you can't hide that because it's in full sight. So I did hear him say that part. The problem that I have with this is, are you really violating the rules of law, the rule of law that has been set up by many of our forefathers that says you cannot use your military against your own citizens? And it looks like we're using our military to do police work, and that police work, that there's no threat there's no riot, that there's no, you're actually using the military to do police work.
Well, gee, man. Are the military gonna go against their own people?
Their own people? That's what they're gonna do. That's what they've been doing for the last couple of months, from Los Angeles to now. It's getting ready to be Washington D.C. Yeah, they're getting ready to go against their own people.
So this is the same thing Hitler did during the Second World War.
This, to me, now this is me. I'm not a scholar in this, but I do think that this is posse comitatus. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to find somebody that can answer that question. So we'll see. But look, I got to take these other calls. I got everybody holding on.
All right. This I tell you, it's a mess, man.
Yep, it is. Thank you, sir.
Well, let me say this, G man.
Mm-hmm.
Who gonna do if they try to do that in New Orleans? Like you say, they have selective cities. Because if they try to do it in New Orleans, who gonna do the dancing and singing and the cooking and all of that, and make the money for the rest of Louisiana?
I have no idea. They try to take over the culture anyway, so what's the difference?
So we make all the money for the rest of Louisiana.
That don't mean that New Orleans isn't gonna stop. That means the culture might change, or the persons that are doing the culture change. Listen, they have already invaded. Let me put this in perspective for you. Go down to the French Quarter and see some of the folks that are doing these second lines. It ain't us. Go down to some of these folks living in the lower Ninth Ward that's building these houses that's supposed to be so immaculate. Remember, the history of the lower Ninth Ward was actually African-American black folks that could not buy a house in this city anywhere else because they didn't want you living on St. Charles Avenue. So we decided to get our own places in the lower Ninth Ward. Right now, it's been gentrified. All you got to do is follow the bus lines or follow the bike lines, because they're starting to do the bike lines now everywhere.
Well, I live on the West Bank, and I see a change on the West Bank.
Absolutely. All right, sir. Let me roll. I got to do my news.
All right.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, G-Man.
All right. Mr. Elmore, hold on. And for all of our folks that are tuned in, make sure you check us out on FM 107.1.
FM. Well, we can't get the effect going.
No, right. Check it out on FM on 107.1 as well. More coming up, y'all. News is next.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. A federal judge in San Francisco is weighing if the Trump administration illegally sent National Guard troops and Marines to Los Angeles during immigration protests. Governor Gavin Newsom and Black Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass called it unlawful.
We have had no problems for weeks, so why were they here?
California wants control of the troops returned. Sean Diddy Combs' lawyers want his time in custody credited toward his sentence and propose he counsel domestic abusers. Combs was convicted on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution and faces up to 20 years in prison. And South Carolina is mourning civil rights leader Reverend Joseph Darby Jr., who died Friday at 74. A former NAACP state vice president and pastor of Morris Brown AME Church in Charleston, Darby was active in numerous organizations and inducted into the South Carolina Black Hall of Fame in 2002. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. Our number 504-582-9422. The big talk around the country right now is the fact that your president has said we're going to send our National Guard, our military, to Washington, D.C. to clean up the streets, citing that it is horrendous with all the murder, with all the violent crime that's happening in there. And in most cases, as we look at these issues of violent crime for D.C., crime is down. Now, is it way, way, way down? No, a lot of the categories here. 12%, sex abuse, 50%, assault with a dangerous weapon, 20%, 28% robbery down, violent crime total, 26% down, at least a quarter of the number. Burglary down 20%, theft from auto 4%, 5% theft, 33% arson, 4% property crime. Overall, in Washington, D.C., they're saying that crime stats say that at least they're 7% down. Is that a big number? Nope, but it's headed in the right direction. What you say, Mr. Elmore?
Hey, buddy, how you doing, man?
Good.
Well, my opinion is that he's going to play every game, do everything he can to, I guess you call it misdirection with Epstein situation. He's going to try to do everything he can. But I think with D.C., he's going to target any city, state that he feels don't have a certain loyalty to him or didn't vote for him.
Every city that did what? Do what?
I think he's going to go against every city or state or governor or mayor that he feels not loyal to him. And one of the reasons why he's focusing on D.C. being an Afro-American city, mayor, what have you. I understand the technicalities of D.C. D.C. is not a state. It's completely different from any other.
It's a district.
It's right. Yeah, it's a district. But the whole deal is that he's gonna try every playbook. But the game's going out sooner or later. Because see, the thing about what people, even his mega supporters is understanding, everything was fine when he was pushing in, and the people, FBI, his FBI director, and these other goons that he had, they were really heavily promoting to investigate Epstein and let's put chips forward. Let's see. But when they started investigating, see that he was heavily involved, they said, "Wait, Trump, be careful what you wish for, because you didn't like it, because your name was all over this blueprint." All of a sudden, they want to back off, but it's not going away. I mean, he could do anything he liked. He got another diversion this week with Russia, with Ukraine, which I think is a total travesty. If he negotiate any kind of settlement with Russia and give the land, don't allow Ukraine to keep their land, that's gonna be a total fiasco, man, because that's not right. Russia invaded Ukraine. Ukraine invaded Russia. But I think what he's doing, he's gonna do everything he can. You know, he thinks a lot. Not all of us. He thinks some American population got a dumb and naive and stupid, and they go believe everything he said. But thank God, some of the people, the real strong supporters, ain't believing, ain't understanding, and for whatever reason, I mean, if some Democrats are saying, I have friends, you know, that's heavily into politics, and they say, "Wow, it's amazing. I'm forming alliance with mega supporters or representatives that wants to see Epstein all that information released." You know.
Yeah. But I do think that, and somewhat what you're looking at is a distraction. I think that this is a distraction as well. This one just came out of the woodwork. Oh yeah, by the way, we're gonna put in like federal takeover of the police department of the District of Columbia. And I'm saying to myself, for what? Because as I read the stats, every stat that they've been working on is pretty much going down, not increasing. But he make it sound like it's hell over there. You know, it sound like he's making it sound like it's Iraq. And I'm like, no, your comparisons are pretty messed up. So,
well, the sad thing about him is that it's a difference between facts and opinions. But I've never seen a president in my lifetime, and even before I was born, maybe, there was this quote. They'll make comments, and they really believe they're saying the facts, you know. And the thing about it, no one's really fact checking what he's saying. You might have a few people, a few newspaper organizations, and a few media organizations that's fact checking it, but he's not being fact checked, you know. Well, no, I'm on NBC. They do a lot of fact checking, and they, I got to give it to them. They really will show you not their opinion, but what's really a fact on what he's saying, because he just said so many different things. I guess they don't say that. I heard people say when I was a kid, a liar, a professional liar. They lie so much they believe with themselves, so they just keep on saying it over and over, and they just try to figure out what's going to stick, you know.
Yeah, well, we'll see. All right, sir. Let me
All
take
right,
these
brother.
other
Nice
calls.
talking to you.
Appreciate you much.
All right, buddy.
All right,
man.
Mr. Bell.
Good afternoon.
How you doing?
Fat Midland. Prior to during the campaign, I was listening to this man, and then I thought to myself, this man may try to pull off what's the situation? I just had it on my mind. Martial law. Okay, now he put the ICE agents out there to go in and snatch people and so forth, hoping for resistance from some communities.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, now he's taking over the police department of D.C. to rile up resistance. Between now, depending on what else he may do, between now and the November 2026 election, I'm predicting this man may invoke martial law. with that as well, with the elections, the midterm elections, he could, if we have any, let me throw that in there right quick. He will simply come up and say, all that was, if any Democrats win, the House would change or what have you. He would say it was all illegal. We'll already be under martial law, so it'd just be easily for him to just say, all that's null and void. Everyone keeps their seats who there, and we'll go from there. I'm really expecting martial law.
You got me on that one. So okay. Let me tell you why I'm saying you got me on that one. I think that we're in, or should I say, some cities. I would say D.C. is now going to be the test agent of martial law, because
exactly,
if you see, I'm stuck on posse comitatus, because you are not supposed to use the military to do police work.
Certain things, and a number of people come out to resist any group of people gathering with. Have you seen this sign? I saw it on a T-shirt in one of the cities where there was something going on. It says, let's see, fact check you.
Right.
And FACT instead of the other F word.
Right. Mm-hmm.
If he gets enough of that kind of stuff, that would in his mind make everybody communists, Marxists, as they're charging us all to be, and so forth and so on. And the posse comitatus will already be in effect in some cities, and he'll just take over with martial law. Have you heard that he's been interviewing new generals personally to eliminate, generals that are there now who may resist his orders?
I have not heard that one.
He's checking them to see. He may be giving them a lie detector test to check out their loyalty. I've heard that recently. It's on, bro.
Already on. Well, I'm gonna have to check that one out. One out. So, but I just still feel that DC. Now I'm going by what you said as far as maybe I'm looking at the beginning of this, and when we start talking at posse comitatus, posse comitatus states that you're not supposed to use the military against its own people on its own land.
But they may be trying to get over that just by saying D.C. is not a state. It's a district.
Well, and that's what I pulled up. Washington, D.C. is considered a federal district, not a state. Officially known as the District of Columbia, serves as the capital of the United States. District of Columbia was created to be the seat of the federal government, distinct from the states, according to the United States Constitution. So that might be what it is. That
will be the angle.
Right, but there is a but. You didn't start there. You started in California. So California is a state. You not only took those ICE agents, you took the Marines. You put the Marines out there, remember?
Mm-hmm. That's posse comitatus right there.
That's posse comitatus. So it's apparent to me he don't care.
Only person he has to deal with in D.C. is the current mayor, whoever that,
And she's doing a press conference now. She's live doing a press conference with the chief of police. I'm actually trying to get it. It's amazing the number of people that are on YouTube that are also going in on the mayor and the police chief. And I'm like, why they going in on them? Because he said he wanted to clean it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but every crime
be more
statistic
crime.
that I look at with her, because the mayor is a woman and so is the police chief. And I'm just saying to myself, here we go. Here's another attack on black women.
So he did the California thing to check out, okay, let's see how far this goes and pull back a little bit. Now it's D.C. It's another operation going on. He's going to have X number of ICE agents still snatching folks off the street, their jobs, the farm fields, and whatever else, and see how much resistance he gets from that. He could call in that state's National Guard.
Right. I'm trying to get
takes place.
I'm trying to get
I'm
Roland.
looking at martial law.
I'm trying to get Roland to call in too, because Roland's in D.C., so I'm trying to get him. I know he's gonna go off, but I also trying to get him to comment on this one. I did talk to the mayor of D.C., and she was like, "I'm gonna try to get to you, but I don't know how long my press conference is gonna go, so it's going a whole lot longer than what I thought it was. I thought it was gonna be 15, 20 minutes. They've been on for the last hour, so." We shall see, my friend. We shall see.
Time to, okay, lock and load.
All right. Yep, that's about it. Lock and load. Thank you, Mr. Bill.
Lock and load.
Alrighty.
Later.
All right. Joining us for the conversation. I'm sorry. Do we know you?
You do know me.
Where you been?
Everywhere.
Everywhere? You been you been in D.C.?
Have I been to D.C.? No, I went to the other Washington.
Washington State?
Yeah, I went to Washington State.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, she is back in with us. Thank you for coming back. Would you please say hello to our favorite, Dr. Shepard?
Hello, everybody.
What did you go do?
Let's see. So the last time I saw you, I had just come back from Africa.
Right.
Okay, I went to Austin to my family reunion, and then I went to Washington State for a disaster emergency management methods workshop.
Okay. So I was going to start off with Booyaka Booyaka.
Yes.
But now I want to say, what's up?
What's up?
Because you went for the cool people, too.
Yeah. Well, I did have something that I wanted to say. I was going to ask you about this. So Trump is trying to move in on Washington, D.C., right?
No, he
now.
He declared.
Yes.
A federal takeover.
Yes.
Of the Washington, D.C. Police Department.
So interesting that he didn't declare any takeover during the insurrection. So remember he told those people who were overthrowing the White House that they were good people and we love you and we just want for you to go home. So it's kind of interesting what counts as crime in his mind and what it is that he feels he needs to intervene on and whatnot. I just think that is a lot of hypocrisy that I would like to explore.
I don't understand why he's doing this to these folks that are working without having a conversation with them. He's not talking to the mayor. He's not talking to the police chief. Nobody that they're like, this is like straight out of Wonderland, I guess.
Because isn't that fascism, though? Isn't fascism the rise of militaristic regimes? And so it's like the military above all and the military inflicting whatever rule it is that he decides to come up with. So, I mean, it's really just letting us know, like, this is what the rule of the day is, that when people talk about fascism, they're not saying it like hyperbole. This is actually what's taking place. We're into militaristic rule right now.
Well, and nobody's trying to stop it.
Who would stop it?
The violations. I mean, the violations of posse comitatus, the violations of any of this, which is part of the Constitution. Not anything else. It's just the Constitution.
Right, but they said that we're in a constitutional crisis. And so you need people to enforce
somebody
the Constitution.
Said you're in a constitutional crisis doesn't mean that you're in a constitutional crisis.
But when they say it, it means that there is enough room to support the fact that there is a crisis. The president isn't adhering to the Constitution, and so many governing bodies are not, to where it's a crisis, because you'll have it written on paper, but people are not enforcing it. And so that is the constitutional crisis.
And now, which a lot of folks, now this is going to set everybody off. So I know this is going to make a lot of people ring the phones up. So don't sit back and not have a comment or not think about this. But what you need to think about with this is just the beginning of what they want to do.
Right.
And they want to clean up the streets. And he's also going in not only just to clean up the streets, but to be able to put your 13 and 14-year-olds in prison. Because that's what they're moving to. And they named that this morning, that they also want to take down the number of 16-year-olds to 13 and 14-year-olds.
Yeah, because what they're trying to do is find more people to imprison, because the prison enrollment numbers have been dropping. So if you have too many prisons like open, like, not occupied or whatever, then you don't meet certain metrics, and it means that the state loses money. And so we're seeing the fact that they want to make money from off of the prisons now with illegal detainees, and they're going after a new wave of mass incarceration.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, we'll take the break here. We'll come back. We'll have some more conversation. For our friends that are just tuning in, she's in the building, y'all.
Hello.
Dr. Shepard is back, the world traveler. And we are also on 107.1 FM. Check it out. More coming up next.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by FidelityWealthManagement.com. Charles D. King is founder and CEO of Macro, a multi-platform media company pushing to represent the voices and perspectives of Black people and other underrepresented communities. Films and projects spearheaded by Macro have earned lots of money at the box office and garnered attention and nominations at award shows. Speaking to Bloomberg, King described feeling blown away by how much success the company had critically, not even 5 years into its existence.
Coming out of the gate with, I think we're at 15 Oscar nominations, or even Judas and the Black Messiah, and making history as the first all-black producer team to get an Oscar nomination for Best Picture. That's far exceeded what I would have imagined in terms of critical acclaim.
Macro was founded in 2015, with Fences coming out starring Denzel Washington in 2016, and Mudbound premiering in 2018. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Lowe's knows tough jobs call for tougher tools. The new DeWalt Elite Series power tool accessories are built to last for the pro who doesn't stop. With precision fitment, durability, and impact resistance, finishing jobs faster has never been easier. Shop the new DeWalt Elite Series at an everyday low price exclusively at Lowe's. We help, you save.
I'm David Potan Sr., owner of Whole Water and Food Over Medicine Academy, coach, consultant, and instructor. We're excited about our 21-day challenge. Stop, prevent, and reverse disease today. Cholesterol, diabetes type 2, high blood pressure, along with chronic illnesses and diseases. We believe that the gift of wellness is the greatest gift, and for $30 per month, $1 a day, you could have this gift for you and your family.
I'm Phyllis Washington, and I've benefited with health and weight loss.
For your gift of $30, healing and wellness can be yours. Call 504-701-4711. That's 504-701-4711. The Whole Water Store. See you at 2135 Washington Avenue today.
You're looking for a new ride? Don't waste time.
Go see the finance man, Brandon Moore, only at Matt Bowers Ford in Metairie. That's 3724 Veterans Boulevard. Bad credit, no credit, don't sweat it. Brandon works with all types of credit. He'll fight to get you rolling today with quick approvals, friendly service, real results. That's Brandon Moore, Matt Bowers Ford, 3724 Veterans Boulevard.
Come see me and we'll make it happen for you, baby.
New Orleans, get ready to laugh. Join Inspire NOLA, K20, NSNO, and the Nord Commission, a free event for NOLA teachers, parents, and the community. Friday, August 15th at the Orpheum Theater, featuring comedians Frank White, Shady Feelgood, Rob Kazi, and Bruce, with performances by DJ Jubilee, the Big Six Brass Band, PNC, and Subtweet Sean, hosted by Tanya Boyd Cannon and Wild Wayne. Get your tickets and info at inspirenolaschools.org.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. She's here.
Hello, everyone.
I see her. I see her. Do you see her? She's here. I see light-skinned people.
Oh.
She ain't dead.
No, I'm here.
You're here.
Yes, I had people texting me, messaging me. Are you okay, Doc? Is everything all right?
Yeah, because you won't hear.
Yeah. I said, what is G telling people?
They used to tell me. I'm just so happy that she's back.
Come on. Of course I'm going to be back. I always be back to come sit and talk with you.
But you be talking to the people. So, you know, I know somebody that's going to call in within the next, 20, 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. Mr. Harold.
Oh, yay. Oh, I also have to holler back at Dr. Sanyika. We still have our Katrina conference that we planning for. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I was doing a little bit before I came here.
Right.
We're doing some Katrina 20 conference planning. So let me make sure I announce it.
Go ahead.
Okay, so on August the 30th at Xavier University, in our University Center, we are having the Katrina 20 conference. Okay, so you don't have to register. You just have to show up. It's from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock p.m. That's on a Saturday. So I'm going to say it one more time. Oh, and also I can maybe show the people. Can I show the people the flyer? Let's see.
Ain't that the flyer?
No, that's not the flyer. This flyer is for the Katrina 20th anniversary march that happens on the 29th.
Okay.
And it's for people to meet in the lower ninth ward by the levee break. And then they do a second line to Hunter's Field. So that's what this flyer is for.
Okay.
Okay. And then my flyer is for the next day. It's the Katrina 20 conference on August 30th. And we'll be going from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock p.m. And we will have panels and presentations and performances all about what it means for us to be 20 years after Hurricane Katrina. Mm-hmm. And you're going to be there, G. You're going to do some stuff for me. You'll be there. So, letting you know, too. We got plans.
Thanks. That's all I can say. Thanks.
You're welcome. But you know, the flyer, we posted it on your Facebook last time that I was here. So I know how much you post. People might have to scroll back a little bit to see.
Yeah, we post. We do a lot of posts on that page.
Mm-hmm.
Are we living in? You said something. You said we're living in some type of times. What time did you said?
Oh goodness! If you ask me, we're in post-apocalyptic times.
No. You just said it a few minutes ago.
When they said we're in a constitutional crisis.
Can we talk about that constitutional crisis?
Sure, we can.
Well, let's start from the beginning here because I'm standing here, staring at my milk chocolate Washington Wild Huckleberry milk chocolate candy bar.
Oh yes.
That you brought me back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's thick.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to set it down.
That just took your mind for a second.
Just for a minute because I was like, pop that puppy. Pop that puppy. The constitutional crisis.
Yes.
let's describe it. Let's talk about it. Why you think we're in a constitutional crisis?
So the reason why other people have said that we're in a constitutional crisis is because it seems as though the president is ruling in ways that are similar to dictatorships or kings, not necessarily in alignment with the Constitution. And I think the crisis is also that you don't have the legislative and the judiciary bodies able to keep him in check. So we know that right now the legislative body is Republicans, is majority Republicans, and that they are able to exert their will. They're not willing to call him up on anything negative. They didn't even want to summons Elon Musk to come and have to speak to them about the cuts that he was doing in government from budgets that had already been secured by the last legislative session. So those types of things are aside from the law, aside from the normal ways of conducting government. And then when it comes to the judiciary, they've also said that they want to get rid of rogue, liberal, leftist judges who rule from the bench, which also means that they don't want to have the idea of checks and balances. They want for whatever it is that Trump says as the president to then be reinforced by all of the bodies after the fact. They think that no one should have the ability to check the president, and that's what places us in a constitutional crisis. In addition to, other amendments like your 14th Amendment being thrown out there that they may no longer accept birthright citizenship. And it goes into things like when Trump said he might deport Rosie O'Donnell, right? Which means that it's not just for criminals. It really would be that they just deport anybody who is not fit in their eyes to be in this country, which should scare everybody. So the constitutional crisis is that there is no checks and balances, that we have this really rogue president who's doing whatever he wants to with his second term, and they're calling for everyone else to just adhere, as opposed to even entertaining the fact that people would be against what he's saying or have objections that is supported still by law.
So the reason I asked you to go through that constitutional crisis issue was the fact that I wanted to hear you say there was nobody checking for those checks and balances, because there is nobody checking those checks and balances. And my biggest check and balance in what I'm seeing with this takeover of the police department is posse comitatus.
Say that word.
Posse comitatus.
Posse comitatus.
Which is a part of the Constitution. It states that you cannot use your military on U.S. soil against your own people. And that's what he's doing. We're getting ready to put a paramilitary agency under the authority of a military agency or agencies. And I'm looking around and saying to myself, anybody checking this?
But in the words of Messy Maya, who gonna pop me, boo? Okay? Who gonna pop him? Okay? Nobody is about to be able to come after him. So
did you go to Messy Maya?
Yes. In the words of the great late Messy Maya.
Who gonna pop me,
Who
boo?
gonna pop me, boo? Okay? Who's gonna pop him? So if nobody's about to do anything, then it means that he's able to do it. And the test, which they told us was a test when it was happening, was what took place in California. That was the test case. So he deployed the military and nobody said no, except for, the governor said, well, you shouldn't, Newsom said you shouldn't do this. But if nobody's going to stop him from being able to deploy troops that way, then he's going to do it. And so I think that this means that we'll see more and more of our cities being patrolled by the military.
Which is going to start up a coup, some type of war, which will end up, we're fighting, we're going to end up fighting each other. We will definitely end up fighting each other.
I said that once he got in office.
Yeah.
I could see, and there's some. I wish I had the name for the person. It was an academic, and they were talking about the fact that they foresee another civil war coming. You see, and that is going to be around these presidential powers and how they're being used. So I really do think that, there's nothing that's going too far. The guy one of the academics who worked on fascism and dictatorships has fled the country. Okay, so the people who work on this as their life's body of work is saying, like, this is too much for me. I'm leaving before it gets too bad.
Wow.
Because we have 3 more years, right? We haven't even gone through one whole year, but we have at least another 3.5 years of this. And what do you think it'll look like once they intensify it toward the end of his presidency? And there are some people who want him to have a 3rd term, which is unconstitutional, but we're in a constitutional crisis. Steve Bannon said that they're looking into how to do it.
I'm just looking around saying to myself, you already had 2 people to try to take you out of your own culture.
I'm sorry, that was fake. That was fake as hell. They sacrificed that one person.
What are you doing?
Which ones?
The very first one, where he got the little
ear,
where he put that capsule on his ear to make it look like he got that fool didn't get shot. Nobody tried to take him out. They sacrificed those people because the kid that they said they killed on top of the building, you never heard nothing else about him ever again.
Okay, I've heard that. I'm okay with that. I play around in the realm of the conspiracy theory. I'm okay with that. But the second person, right? The person who was like by the golf course.
Sacrifice. Oh, how you going to spot a gun barrel from how many yards away he said he was?
I don't know.
How you going to spot a gun barrel? Man, please.
I don't know. The assassination attempts helped him to get the election. I know that much. That and Elon Musk.
Yeah, him rigging it. That's what got him.
And rigging it. According to Trump's own words. So
right, his special little friend.
Right.
I'm gonna get off of here because I ain't got triggered.
Yeah, I know this.
It's all good.
All right,
whenever I get triggered, Gerard just gets that looking like I'm just gonna sit back and let him go.
Here it come. Just sit back. Don't go. Let him go. I do have to kind of switch gears here because I had another topic that I need to bring up. I need your help with this one.
Okay.
I think that we're in a crisis here in New Orleans with our infrastructure. The infrastructure being the buildings that we house all of our folks that work in the city of New Orleans. I'm not talking about one particular, but I do think that there is something wrong with the buildings that we have seen be built in the last 15, 20 years. The air conditioning goes out in all of them. We saw the air conditioning go out in these new buildings. I still call them new because 20 years is
building.
Not, yeah. The coroner's office and the EMTs went out.
Oh.
They blamed him, Dwight McKenna. The buildings in the New Orleans Public Library, air conditioning going out.
Ooh.
Nobody is saying nothing to her. She's there. Oh, we're gonna shut it down. Da 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 da. We also see now that there may be a little infrastructure problem going on with the air conditioning units, and these ain't no, let's stick them in the window. These are chillers. These are multi-million-dollar chillers, just like the one we see out there on that truck bed in the back. Yeah, these are some and I'm looking around saying, who's going to be next? Now, why am I bringing this up and switching gears? Because there was a story last week on Channel 4 that somebody needs to go back and watch, because they're now saying that this building where Sewage and Water Board is has mold in it. Black mold, and they found it. Black mold will kill you. And they're saying, oh, it's all right. Oh, It's just in certain areas. Shut that building down.
Which building with the black mold?
Sewage and Water Board.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Sewage and Water Board. Shut the building down. I don't care if it's in one section of the building. Y'all have a ventilation system. It's going everywhere. I'm not even a specialist. You are an environmental specialist.
Yeah.
So I'm looking around and saying, when did we start saying, oh, it's all right, let it go through the air conditioning. It'll be okay.
I don't know when they started saying that. I never said that, G. I don't know when they started saying that, but yes, we do need, we're at the point now, see, the 20 years since Hurricane Katrina gives us the ability to look around, assess, right? I think about even when it comes to things like the Make It Right buildings that were put up with a good cause or at least with a good sentiment. So many of those are in disrepair. And so what we have to remember is that a lot of the construction that took place after Katrina was quick.
Right.
Some of it using substandard building materials or cutting corners or not having everything that it needs to have. That's just part of what took place during the rebuilding process. So if we're having so many structural failures, then I think that's the kind of thing we need. Is that a city council issue for them to delegate money for repairs to those buildings?
They're throwing it on everybody else. So
no, but definitely a building with black mold that needs to be shut down. They need to be evacuated from that building and placed elsewhere.
And you see how big the sewage and water sewer and water board building is. It's a huge monstrosity of a building, and you're trying to tell me that they've figured out that there's black mold in certain parts of the building.
Yeah, it needs to be mediated.
Isn't that how it gets started?
It needs to be remediated. And I wonder who you could call out for that. Is that like an inspector? Oh, OSHA.
Everybody that's under the sound of our voice need to be calling OSHA. If you work there, you need to be calling OSHA. If you listening to us, you need to be calling OSHA. If your mama, auntie, or somebody else worked there, for them, call OSHA. They will shut it down. Because it's already been reported. It was all over Channel 4. And I'm trying to say to myself,
what's with the story? Shouldn't it just be shut?
Shut it down. They're going to killing people. You get black mold in your lungs. So I'm just, that one just threw me for a minute. Because I got a lot of friends that work over at Sewage and Water Board. We hear a lot of folks that work over there. I don't know what type of...
How extensive it is.
Extensive, right. But if somebody's telling me that black mold is appearing, or black mold, which they got photos of it. You know how they have the, it's up here in the ceiling. You got black mold all over those. I'm like, what's wrong with these folks?
That's disgusting. When that came on the news?
Last week.
Oh, okay. That's why, because I was gone.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I was going to ask you to catch me up on the city news.
Oh, city news has been disgusting. The politics is going. Even somebody done told me that somebody lied about not taking no money in the politics or the politics of the city. Now, I ain't take no money from this one. I ain't take no money from this one to run my campaign. But they done found out that you done took some money.
Oh, my.
From them. Oop, you ain't think I wasn't supposed to know that. I'm sorry.
Not the shady donors.
No. Well, no. They can give money to whoever they want to. It's the people that's accepting it. But you telling folks that you're not accepting it. I'm not going to tell everybody that,
Who it was?
I ain't telling you that was JP.
Later?
I ain't going to tell you that was JP.
Oh.
No.
Who he took the money from?
Energy. You regulate them.
Oh, clock that T.
Yep. What you say, Rondo?
Hey, Gerard, good evening.
What's going on with you?
Hello. I got in trouble for this before. I was working at City Hall, and it was opened up in 1955. They put lead curtains in. The son did it. And there was a thing called sick building syndrome. They sent me to a seminar
in D.C., and it was called Healthy Building International. And one of the things that one of the silent killers in buildings, mainly in Louisiana, because we deal with mold, a lot of mold in our buildings. And I've been operating as an engineer for 47 years. I've seen some of what we call new buildings. They're never going to be able to deal with this until time ends. And it's a problem that we have. We get mold and mildew quick. And so I'm just, the folks that work in sewage and water board, I ask you to go online and look up sick building syndrome. All right. And you find out some of the symptoms that occur from that because of the mold and the mildew and the climate that we live in. So we did a study, and we found out City Hall was a dirty, infected building somewhere in the 90s. And as they did the investigation and found out the components of the building with the lead curtains, with the sun all day, the formaldehyde in the carpet, the dust from the kids, a lot of stuff. Well, anyway, it gave the conditions of sick building syndrome, which is a respiratory issue that affects the respiratory. And so one of the people you can call is Deep South Environmental. They can do a building assessment, mold and mildew. And they're real good, and they're one of the training centers we have. Not doing a shameless plug, but they do a great job in identifying. Yeah, with Beverly Wright, correct. And they do a great program over the years. They've been training for mold remediation and also inspection. And I hope somebody called. But my strong advice, as I say, as an operator of building for the last 49 years plus, I'll tell everyone when you see those conditions or you know about it, go see your primary care and get your respiratory checked. And also make it look up the effects of sick building syndrome, and that's one of the things that we deal with. And I'm so glad that this has come out because we're going to always have this issue as related to operating in the city because the humidity and trying to cool off the buildings, we will have issues. And sometimes you see the news, this building, that building went out. It's no fault of the operator or the manufacturer. We just have a high demand on heat. Dispersing the heat in the summertime in New Orleans. It's just the way it is between the humidity and the heat factor.
And the city of New Orleans, am I wrong in assuming here that we do not have a citywide building maintenance contract for HVAC?
Well, there's the deal. We do. Here's what, let me tell you, I'm going to go pull a curtain back now. We had, at one time, we had Johnson Controls and we have Siemens. Now, they had automation, and somewhere along the line, they was going to eliminate the bodies that's doing stationary, so the position is stationary operating building engineers. And I'm going to just tell it like it is. When we got in this business profession, there have been conspiracies to eliminate the people that's doing it because they look like us, all right? So they came with these companies. We have, like I said, we have Siemens, Automatic Control Monitoring System, Johnson Control, Synergy. And the city over the years have invested in these companies to do the job of a human being. And this is the price that we pay. Between Siemens, Synergy, and those other companies that I call, they try to monitor and do this system. So it's around the country. And as I'm going to be honest with you, when I first got in this business, I'm going to tell you the truth. My daddy was the engineer at 2601 Tulane. He wasn't an engineer. He was an engineer. And that's what I went in this profession, right? So they come up with these ideas with these companies that's going to monitor the system, and that's why we have these problems. We're going to have even more. Yeah. But no, you need bodies to actually do the work. As I'll leave by saying, when it didn't look like us doing it, they had us there. But when we got into the game, they got this monitoring system.
Okay.
So that's the problems we have.
All right, my friend. I'm looking up this sick building
syndrome. Thank you.
All right, later on. All right, more coming up, y'all. Make sure you check us out on 107.1 FM. More coming up, y'all.
AURN News.
It's a political standoff in Texas gone federal. Well, on paper, Republican Senator John Cornyn says the FBI has agreed to help locate more than 50 Texas Democrats who fled the state to block a GOP redistricting vote. This comes after President Trump called for a mid-decade map drawing to give Republicans 5 more congressional seats ahead of the 2026 midterm. But quorum breaking is legal in Texas. There's no federal crime. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says FBI agents might show up for show, but they can't make arrests on several warrants outside of Texas. However, the optics may make it look a different way as they try to apply political pressure. This isn't the first time a political minority has left the state to block a vote, but with Trump's national push to lock in more GOP seats, the fight now is bigger than Texas. For all these stories and more, follow me at Ebony McMorris or go to AURN.com.
I'm Leo Jackson, host of Sunday Gospel here every Sunday morning, 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. and 12 o'clock till 2 p.m. You don't want to miss this move of God. It happens only on WBOK. You listen to all day long.
Hi, this is Cary Grant. Let's elevate every Tuesday through Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. as we discuss the community, the country, and the world, from politics to current events and sports. We look forward to your input and continuing the quality programming on your community station, WBOK. Join us every Tuesday through Thursday, 6 to 7 p.m. on Elevated Conversations, the Arnie and Cary Show.
The Historic New Orleans Collection presents a new exhibition open through June 7th, 2026, The Trail They Blazed. Built collaboratively with people who participated in the local civil rights movement, The Trail They Blazed presents stories of social and racial justice straight from the people who lived them. Listen to leaders tell their stories of resistance and persistence in their own voices, recorded by the Historic New Orleans Collection. Plan your visit to 520 Royal Street in the French Quarter and reserve your free tickets at hnoc.org today.
Visit DePaul's new Algiers Health Center at 2801 General de Gaulle Drive to receive primary and preventive care for both adults and children. Services also include behavioral health, imaging, and on-site pharmacy, vision, Medicaid enrollment assistance, and more. For appointments, visit DePaulCommunityHealthCenters.org or call 504-207-3060.
This year marks 20 years since Hurricane Katrina changed our city and our schools forever. New Schools for New Orleans is sharing After the Storm, a special series reflecting on the past 2 decades of change and progress in public education. Through videos, personal stories, and a powerful interactive timeline and data dashboard, we explore how our schools recovered, transformed, grew, and what that progress means for our students today. Discover the videos, data, resources, and stories behind the 20 years of change at newschoolsforneworleans.org/Katrina20.
When you talk, we listen. WBOK.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. 504-582-9422 is our number. Dr. Shepard is in the building.
Hello, hello.
And Mr. Harold, what you say?
Yeah, Dr. Shepard, it's good to hear you always.
Thank
I
you.
have a passion for.
Say nothing
Hello?
to me at all.
Yeah, it's good to hear from you too, Mr. Harold.
Hold on before y'all start going. Hello, Mr. Harold. I just happen to be here too. I just happen. Hey, Mr. Harold.
I was just telling Wick that I'm in Palos Verdes, and you know Palos Verdes is when if you don't plan to go to heaven, this is where you should live. So anyway, I'm looking at the Pacific Ocean. The temperature is 74 degrees, which is, it very seldom varies. Doesn't get too hot, and it's never cold. So anyway, life is good. And I was telling him, you know, if you can make a house payment of a minimum of $35,000 a month, you can live here. So now you can do that. It's not as hard as you think it might be. But if you own real estate, income real estate, then you can easily do it. So anyway, life is good, and it's good to hear from you. Like I said, I have a passion for educated Black women. I'm surrounded by them. And I've said before over and over, I have 5 nieces that are physicians. One went to Harvard. She got a full ride to Harvard. She's an MD, and she's practicing in San Diego, I think, now. So education is the key to a good life. And you are a part of that. And if you see some kid that seems to be just wandering, get them educated. That's what it's all about. And the creep that's in the White House now, about 2 miles from where I am right now, he has a golf course.
And years ago, one of my friends had her daughter's reception at that golf course. But everything is fueled by something or powered by something. And he's powered by racism. Black people and other people, they fail to realize that. Now, yesterday here in Los Angeles, they raided a Home Depot with Woodnow down at the marina, where I am most of the time. They raided it twice. And now I'm a people person, and it's so sad. The report came out that most of the people that were raided they only had a traffic ticket or something similar like that. But that fool, at any means, you got to get him out of the White House. From day to day, he figures out how to hurt people. Now, what bothers me is you hear this thing, and I think I kind of heard you before you left, Dr. Shepard, about the black and brown. There is no such thing. Now, there are a lot of building projects, that are on hold here because the people are afraid to go to work. And they need to go to work because they have bills to pay. And that fool sent the militia, whatever they are, out here, which was not needed at all. At no time have I seen any of them. But I do know the impact, and I've talked to Hispanic people, and I understand that 47% of them voted for him. Now, I hate to see families broken up and that kind of thing, and it's so sad. But there's on these projects, on these construction jobs, you see no black men. There's no, I don't know the word to use as far as Hispanics and foreigners, as far as black people are concerned. But they never thought the day would come where a fool would be in the White House and on the soil, the United States. And I've been in the world only 88 years, and I've never seen anything like this before. Mm-hmm. The streets here are different. There are projects, and I'm repeating the same thing, with rented equipment like lumber lips and whatnot that haven't been touched, and they are just disrupting people. That even women. So you got to get that fool out of the White House, and things have to change. But some of the so-called white people, and I say so-called because there's no such thing as a white person, they support what he's doing because they feel like that they are losing out. And these other people, foreigners and all, he not only doesn't like Hispanics, he dislikes anybody that doesn't look like him, any low life that doesn't look like him. So, and so-called white people, they would not exist if it was not for racism. And most people don't know that. If you got rid of racism, they would no longer exist.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Mr. Harold. I'm going to go ahead and say that, well, one is that they try to pin Black and Latino people against each other for those kinds of positions. But regardless, we're going to wind up seeing far more mini raids, and white people are willing to impede their own progress because of their hate. And so you'll see more people supporting getting rid of Latinos, not allowing them to be able to do things like work. And in ways it's going to wind up hurting them because they won't be able to build homes. They won't be able to build more businesses. They won't be able to have laborers at the low prices that they've had before. it's going to wind up hurting white America. And I don't think that they've gotten the clear message that their hate can hurt them too. And I really think that it's a leftist message that should be said really clearly to let them know that their hate also hurts them. But we haven't had that messaging. And so right now it's still going. I don't know if 47% of Latinos actually voted for him. I know that that's what the numbers say. However, Elon Musk has also, or at least Trump has told us that Elon Musk helped him to win the election by fudging votes. So I think all of that would come under question, Mr. Harold. But I appreciate you calling in as always, and for being so excited about educated Black women as always. And I'll just say that G said that he feels a little bad that you didn't talk to him first.
At all. not first, at all. Not all.
Thank you, Mr. Harold.
Let me just say this. Read your great-grandmother's Bible, and what you do to people, whether it be good or bad, you will pay for it. Your children will pay for it.
All right.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, Mr. Harold.
Thank you, Mr. Harold.
All right, we got to cut it. We got to go. Always good to see you, though.
Always good to be here.
All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up. We will see you on tomorrow. Make sure you keep it locked in, y'all.
From the campus of Xavier University.